comes natural. Long Beach is a wrestling town, and we got great coaches. Every coach except for Coach Adams came from the program. Coach Leo Palacio, he's one of the OGs of
Uh-huh.
the Long Beach wrestling program. Right under Coach Gillespie and Coach Jones. They just set the tone in Long Beach wrestling, and then Leo carried that on. Coach Valentine, Long Beach wrestler, Coach Amfasi, and then Coach Adams came from Baldwin. He was the assistant coach my senior year, and then no, my junior year, and then my senior year he became the head coach. And you know what? And he's like a puzzle piece. He clicked right in with the style of Long Beach wrestling, and it has been like that for years now. And you know what? And it's been working. It's been working.
Yeah. A friend of mine who's from Long Island, when I kind of told him a few months back that we're doing this story with Denia and everything, he actually takes like, you know what, Miguel and Coach Adams and the staff are as much of the story as Denia. So hats off to you guys, and it's
Thank you.
it's known, I guess, in Long Island what you guys are doing and what you guys are about out in Long Beach. So let's just get to like being introduced to Denia and how that came about.
I will never forget that day. Never forget that day. I was actually with Isaiah that year. I decided to do extended school year, so I was like summer school. So we have a summer school program for all the kids in special areas that we want the kids to continue the school through the summer. Short hours, just for them to continue to get that education throughout the summer. It's one of the greatest things that Long Beach School District has and offers to our kids. So that year I decided to not run the summer camps for the city of Long Beach. That year I decided to work with Isaiah and continue to be with him. Um, I get a phone call one day. No, actually, I'm at Brand's Deli. I went to
Yeah,
Brand's Deli that morning,
famous Brands
and
Deli.
and a friend of mine that he owns the surfing camp, the only surfing camp in well, one of the two surfing camps in town. He said to me, he invited me to stop by later. I said, all right, no problem. As I was leaving, he ran up to me. He's like, hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I have this kid that came from Africa. You should come and meet him. He has no face. He got attacked by monkeys. And I'm like, looking at this guy, like, what are you talking about, a kid? I got attacked by monkeys. I say, Cliff, I'll stop by later. He said, you got to stop by. You have to bring Isaiah. You guys got to meet him. I'm like, sure, we'll stop by. Went to school. Isaiah the whole day talking about this kid. Coach, that kid got attacked by monkeys? Isaiah was also like 7 years old. He was tiny.
Yeah.
Like I say, I don't know. I didn't meet the kid. Like we'll see him when we get there. So we got to the beach. We walked right to the surfing camp, and we didn't see him. Everybody was in the water. We were looking for a little black kid, from Africa, and we didn't see him. So as we were walking away to go home, Isaiah said to me, Coach, turn around. I think that's the kid right there. And he was surrounded by a group of people. I'm like, that could be him. So we went right up to him, and it was the cutest thing. I was with Elijah, Isaiah. We met him and we introduced ourselves. And Isaiah looked at Denia and said, whoa, what happened to your legs? And Denia looked at Isaiah. Denia looked at Isaiah and said, or vice versa, what happened to your face? And it was cute. It was like, they started playing with each other and started chasing each other, and then they were surfing together, and it was unbelievable. It was a day that I will never forget.
Yeah. And I mean, I kind of know the story, right? But like, how does this meeting this boy one day blossom into like, I'm going to adopt him, which you did, and I know it wasn't overnight, but yeah.
Those did not think about it. There was not even a thought to have Denia, living with us. Did not know the story, did not know the background, did not know anything about the family. I just knew that he was there that day, and we just wanted him to feel special. I got to talk to the two ladies, wonderful ladies that brought Denia there, for surfing camp. He was actually going to stay there for 2 days. So he stayed at the Alegria Hotel that day. The more I spoke to the ladies about it, the more it was like, wow, it's so interesting. Like, what an amazing story this is. How he's here. It's just a miracle that he's here. And, we just started talking and talking and talking. And she was telling us, maybe not that day, but probably the following day after we went out to eat, we took him out to eat in town. We took care of them. They were talking about how he needed, a family to really take care of him because, he already had been with 3 other families, and it was really hard for those families to continue to take care of him because he needed so much work, not only, in the medical aspect, that was taken care of, but school, he was a very active child, so in those families, they had kids of their own, so it was hard. It was hard for them to take care of Denia, having their own families and taking care of this kid. So we tried, not that day right away, but we tried to find Denia a family in town, preferably. We want him to stay in Long Beach. I told the girls, I said, listen, if he stays in Long Beach, we can help him in so many ways. These communities, that's what they do. That's what we do here. And so we try a few families in town to help him out, or probably take him under their wings, and we just couldn't find the right fit for him.
And that fit was eventually you. What were your, I don't know, what were your early conversations like with him? And when I'm sure at some point did you guys talk about what actually happened, or did, I mean, you had to have, right?
So so in the beginning we didn't talk about him. I didn't care. I didn't want him to continue to relive that, to think about that. At this time, look, it happened. We move on. But eventually the time came. We developed a relationship. We developed a little trust. And we started asking questions. He was asking me questions about Isaiah, and he realized how comfortable Isaiah was with people looking at him and laughing at him or being shocked when they saw him. That made Denia feel very comfortable. I think that was a great. It happened at the right time, just like everything in life. I think that it just happened at the right time that Isaiah happened to be living with us and staying with us when that happened. Because I think that Denia learned a lot from not being in the spotlight. Like, look, I'm walking around with a kid that has no legs.
Yeah.
It's not just about me. It's like, wow. So again, we developed that relationship, and then we started talking about the incident. And when he was telling me, it was just shocking that he was so comfortable talking about it, and not with everyone, but he spoke to me, my wife, my oldest son Elijah, and Leo and some other guys, and it was sad. It was sad that that this kid was losing his family little by little. So it took a little while, but he eventually opened up.
And that's something you said stuck with me. Like, what were the conversations with him like about people going to look at you funny, probably forever, and maybe laugh, or maybe scratch their head or whip their neck, or that it's just going to happen. Did you have conversations about that and how to handle that?
So we have a very good sense of humor here, and Coach Leo, he's the life of the party. I mean, you met him, you see how he is. He will show up in an interview right now with fake teeth, or drawn black eye, and tell you a story about that. He's he's such a character, and and if I learn something from him, I learn something from all of my coaches. But if I learn something from him, is that look, you just gotta enjoy life every day, make the best of it. He he said, listen, you just gotta make jokes about it. And we did that with Isaiah. Isaiah, what happened to you? Oh, guys, one day I was surfing, not a shark, but a snapping turtle in the ocean. Yeah, it shot my legs. And then the other one I lost when I was in the seagulls came, or a dinosaur did this, or he will come up with the funniest story that people will be like, what did that happen to that kid? Wait, he lost his legs because he got ran over by a tricycle. Like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's possible. Like, so when Denia saw that Isaiah was making a joke up, about everything, about what happened to him, about why he has no legs, Denia started to catch up to that. And Denia will come up with funny stories too. Like, oh, a seagull dropped a clam and he cut me. And then, like what? A seagull? Yeah, no, yeah. One day somebody threw something from a plane. So it will be funny. It will be, and he felt even more comfortable telling people. And then people will, of course, they still stare at him, and especially little kids. And I'll tell them, look, just wave to the kid and smile to him, and you're gonna make the kid feel more comfortable about looking at you. Sometimes you can pretend being a little scary, but hey, you're not. You're funny, you're sweet, and that's it. Little by little, he just got that with a mix of wrestling, a mix of a loving community, and the wrestling community is building this kid to be the more more and more confident every day.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love the sense of humor and the chain. Somebody dropped a chainsaw, whatever you name it, right? Like make something up.
Oh.
As far as when he starts wrestling, some guys have natural, just take to it, right? Or did you see that with him, and how he took to wrestling, or if not, how did he take to wrestling?
So Denia was all about soccer when we met him. So I happened to be the soccer coach as well. Leo and I, we coach high school soccer teams, and so everything was soccer. He was introduced to us as a soccer player. So soccer, no problem. He was with us on a Friday. We met him on a Friday. On Monday, he was at the high school soccer practice. Boom, we brought him there. Soccer practice. The entire high school soccer team was like, wow, this kid so fast, so good, and yeah, everything was about soccer. Soccer this, soccer that, soccer everything. So the wrestling part came definitely later on. We didn't talk about wrestling. We didn't do anything about wrestling. It was all about soccer. It was soccer season. We were still doing a little bit of wrestling, but we didn't even think about it. We just knew that he was very fast.
Yeah,
that's it. Then we started doing the wrestling part. And like you said in the video, look, we started traveling. I was traveling with Isaiah. We have a youth wrestling program, the Gladiators, and then the off season we are the high school kids that travel with us as well. That's our feeding program. So he started traveling with us, and he was on the side wrestling around little by little. So it was, all right, he just wrestling, always competing with Isaiah. They were like brothers. They fought. They laughed, they competed, they were so competitive. They were just seeking attention from me and the other coaches. They always wanted to impress us. So Denia will tell Isaiah, hey, I can beat you in wrestling. Isaiah will be like, no, you can't. And Isaiah will fold them up. Because Isaiah was just so much stronger and bigger.
Yeah.
But Denia never gave up. So little by little we saw it. And then that's it. One day, after talking to Dr. Dagam and okaying that he can wrestle with the mask on, we threw him in a tournament. And he did great. He's just, again, taking kids down, reaching back, got pinned, he didn't know, like basic beginner mistakes that wrestlers made. But never stopped. He never stopped. He always kept going. and that's something that we can work with,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And that's how we little by little we were like, okay, this kid could be you know, could do something, you know. He was 7.5, he was about 8 now, he's 15 now, so yeah, not too long ago he
Yeah.
started.
Walk me through like a year and a half ago, right? Before, like, as he's entering eighth grade, right? What are your expectations, right? Or where do you think, like, you think he was going to be on varsity? Did you think he was going to wrestle middle school? Did you think he could go to state? Did you think he could win?
So in a wrestling room, everybody's varsity. We tell the kids, look, that spot is open for everybody, anybody. You know, you just gotta go get it. You know, we don't bring the kids up with the mentality that look, you JV, you varsity. We never tell the kids that. Look, everybody works hard. We work the same. We train together. You know, you just gotta earn that spot. That's it. You work hard. You discipline. You do what you're supposed to do. You earn that spot. That's all we needed to tell this kid. That's all we tell our kids. You know, and he did. You know, he took that very serious. Uh, he had his teammate was one of the best wrestlers at the time, a senior. You know, then he was in eighth grade. First year wrestling in high school. He didn't wrestle in middle school. I think that was a COVID. No, that was a surgery year, and the year before that was COVID. So he only wrestled when he was in fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade off, seventh grade off, eighth grade. So he had only 2 years of experience prior to that. You know,
Yeah.
um, and you know, and then he would just, like, you know, like we say in our videos, you know, he always worked hard. You know, when we say bring it in, he's the first one on the line, just looking, just like in the video that you guys posted. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when Justin is talking, he's the first one there. You know, he's in the front line, just like absorbing everything that the coaches are saying, um, and he'll do it. You know, so he worked really, really, really hard, and you know, he had some tough losses in the beginning to his teammate, and then he you know, he had some great wins where we saw, wow, whew, he's really climbing the ladder. You know, the pre-rankings, he was not even ranked. That we care, you know, we tell the kids that don't mean anything. Nobody knew who he was, of course. And then eighth grade came up mid-year, and then he started to get some good wins. And then ranked sixth, and then fifth, and then fourth. And then, you know, they had two of the best kids in the state ahead of him. His teammate, Mason Franklin, and then he's one of his toughest opponent, Carlos Arango from Massapequa. He was the number one kid in the state at that time, the number one seed. And you know what? And then from there, they just you know, he just started to get him some good wins, and he climbed the ladder.
What do you? How do you feel when Denia's on the mat? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you somewhere in between?
So it's a little different, you know. So, you know, at the home we have 3 state champs now. My brother was a state champ. You know, my brother, well, grew up with PG Gillespie and Mr. Gillespie. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we introduced him to wrestling as well when he came from Venezuela, and he was. I was very confident, very proud when he was wrestling. You know, like I always knew that he was gonna just go up there and, you know, and take care of business. You know, Gillespie took him everywhere. It was great. You know. Then my son came. You know, as a father, when your kid is wrestling, it's like you get you get the butterflies, you get nervous. You know, still, you know, I knew that he was tough, but he had some tough competition growing up, and he won the states as a junior, I believe, as a senior, yes. And now with Denia, you know, our third state champion in the house, he when he's wrestling, I just, you know, I don't get those nerves anymore. I'm always gonna be proud of him because he always leaves it all on the mat, and he listens, you know. So win or lose with him, you know, it's a little different. You know, I know where he came from, I know his story. So just the fact that he has the opportunity to be on the mat, you know, and wrestle, You know, and the fact that he's alive is it's just everything. I can't ask for anything else. You know, listen, whether he wins another state title or not, tell you the truth, I just don't care. I don't care. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he accomplished what he did so far, and I'm happy that he's such a great human being. You know, that's the job now, just to keep him that way.
Yeah. Absolutely. What you know? What are some of the toughest challenges today? Right? Does he still have surgeries? What you know? What the physically, medically taking care of him? What does that road look like?
Well, that's a tough road ahead. You know, the doctors, they're trying to make him to look as normal as possible. But listen, what's normal? You know, normal will never be normal for him. You know, and I don't want him to expect that he's gonna look 100% or even 90% in, you know, ahead ahead. I just want him to be comfortable with himself. You know, he's gonna need some more surgeries, but we're taking some breaks. We want him to enjoy life. We want him to enjoy a summer. He has not been able to enjoy a full summer yet. You know, he's a surfing instructor now at the Scoot Surf. He loves his job. He loves surfing. He loves helping the kids in the water. He loves working. He's a worker. He loves getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, going to the beach to work. You know, that kid, he's just a good worker. Um, so now it's up to us as a family to really talk about this, and you know, and see what are we gonna do next. Does he really need it? Does he need any more? You know, of course, Dr. Dagan will tell us that he does. You know, but there's gonna be a time that we're gonna say that's it. You know, this is who he is, and we're gonna focus more about the internal part than the physical part. You know, continue to keep him, you know, humble, kind, working hard, uh, so he can grow up to be a great family man one day. That's it.
Yeah, I love it. I may have asked this. You know, obviously, what he went through was you don't wish it upon anybody, but you know, considering where he came from and how dangerous it is, and they're recruiting kids to be in the militia, and you know, there's really not much opportunity. Could this almost have been a blessing in disguise? And his life now is better than it would have been had this not happened.
Well, we always think about that. You know, looking at that video that you guys made is incredible. That, you know what, like, look, he's 15. You know, they recruit those kids at a very young age. So, you know, he could easily, you know, by now, you know, he had been one of those kids, or maybe he will be dead. You know, those guys, you know, they kill people, but they also get killed. You know, they don't. There's no going to jail there. You know, so I, you know, we think about that a lot, and I think that's one of the reasons why he wants to go back. He thinks that, you know, he can go back and fix it all. You know, and we talk about it. I said, listen, Bobby, you maybe you could, you know, maybe you could be the one that can make the change, but that's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifices from your part, you know, and we need to you know, to build a team to go there, because no one can do it alone. You know, his dream is to go back and do things for his people. You know, he still has an older brother that we would like to bring here. You know, we're working on that. You know, it's our next project, mission. We want to. Denia wants his brother here. You know, and we're taking care of him while he's there. But there's so much more that needs to be done, as far as you know, that brother of his.
Yeah, absolutely. Does he get, you know, what does he want to be when he grows up, right? Has he, hey, I want to coach wrestling. Hey, I want to be a doctor. Hey, I want to be an author. Has he, you know, a surfer, right? I don't know. Does he have, and I know he's only 15, so, you don't got to figure that out this time, but does he have dreams or aspirations to do or be something in particular?
So Daniel wants to be he wants to be an architect. He wants to build homes. He wants to build buildings. He wants to you know, he wants to do that just because he wants to go back and help his community. He wants to build homes. It's not expensive to do it there, but you definitely need the funds to do that, to go there and build. He wants to start an organization that is going to help you know his community. He knows that that's as tragic as it is what happened to him, that there's kids back home that can that will never have the chance and the opportunities that he has. So he's a lucky child for being here, in this country. But he hasn't forgotten about his people, and he wants to go back. And I think that's very important. I do that with my family. I do that with my people. I go back, and Venezuela is going through a really hard time right now. It was one of the best, most wonderful countries just 10 years ago. The third richest country in the world, and it went from that to being, just horrible what's going on there. And he sees what I'm doing. I'm always trying to help out my family, and going back and helping friends and helping cousins. And he said, Coach, that's what I want to do. Like, absolutely, son. It's a great feeling to help our families. It's a great feeling, and he wants to do that.
What an amazing kid. I guess kind of last thing is like, give me to like wrestling now. It's wrestling postseason probably, right? Like what's going on? Where's he at? Are we into the districts, states, regions, like the postseason stuff, or give me an update on his wrestling season?
So this past weekend, Denia won the county championship at 110. Top 3 in the counties, which is Nassau County, Section 8, get the chance and the opportunity to wrestle at the state championships in Albany in 2 weeks. So Denia won the counties. He had a tough match, against a very tough opponent in the finals. Carlos Salazar from Hewlett, great kid. And now he will go into Albany to defend the state title. It's not gonna be easy. It's some great wrestlers there. Some great wrestlers that he wrestled last year that they want to come back for him.
Yeah.
They got unsettled business in there with him. And look, Dania's ready. He's ready. He hasn't changed. He works hard. He's coachable, and he's in a good state of mind. Sorry, to go up there and take care of business. We feel that he's going to do great.
Heck yeah, I'm pumped to watch. How it all unfolds, and I'm glad I got to meet him because he really is a remarkable young man, and win or lose, he's a champion, right? So that's great, man. I appreciate you coming on and kind of chat with us, taking some time. I know you're at the school, but I want to give you kind of the opportunity to say anything else, final words, final message that you might want to say.
Mark, first of all, I can't thank you guys up in Flow enough for for giving my son giving Denia the chance to share his story. I hope that this story inspires. That's the goal, to inspire kids, to inspire wrestlers and anyone out there that look, life is going to give you obstacles, and you know what, it's going to be a lot of bumps in the road, but but you can do it, and with a great team, anything is possible. Isaiah Bird, we use no excuses. With Denia, we're gonna use it as well. There's no excuses. You can accomplish anything that you want in life. You just gotta make some sacrifices and move forward, and of course trust the process. So thank you guys very much. Much love for the Flow community, and I can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, super excited, man. Thanks so much again, Miguel, for joining with us, and you guys telling the story. And man, give Denia a big old hug for me, and wish him the best.
You guys are the best, man. Love you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, you're the best. Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks. Yeah, Miguel Rodriguez, just an awesome guy who's doing great things for his son, adopted son Denia. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna play the trailer on the way out, so you can check out this No Sad Stories Part 2, Episode 2 with Denia Sibomana. It's live on the site now for free, available to everyone. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. And enjoy this trailer. And adios.
So Denia Sibomana, jungle kid. Denia's from the Congo.
From what I know where Denia is from, it's very dangerous. On one sunny day, they were playing on the edge of the jungle.
The chimpanzee just came out of nowhere and attacked me. It was just like shocking seeing a chimpanzee in front of me.
We will never know exactly what happened to Denia that day. Denia remembers waking up and seeing his face just hanging.
When I woke up in the hospital, I was just like scared. I was just surprised I was still alive.
Wrestling saved his life, along with that park ranger in Virunga. He found his identity through wrestling, and he found his confidence through wrestling.
I would describe Denia's wrestling style as exciting. He takes it to you. He doesn't back down, doesn't take any time off. He's just on you, on you, on you.
I couldn't imagine his life at first when I came here. I just knew that it was a miracle that I was still alive, and things happen for a reason.